Our rolling coverage, viewers, as we proceed into the late hours of the evening. It's 8 p.m. You're watching India Upfront with me, as usual. And I want to tell you that over the last 2 hours, we've been projecting state after state. We began with Puducherry earlier today, and you can see the numbers right there. The NDA perhaps will be forming its first government deep south. Yes, it may not have its own chief minister from its own party, which is the BJP, but certainly 21 for the NDA out of 30 seats. The UPA only getting 9. Big loss of face for the Congress party, ruling party. Rahul Gandhi says that Modi cannot govern this country. He says that the NDA has done a disservice to the nation. Well, here was an opportunity for him to prove that the UPA does a better job, good enough to be re-elected. That's not happening. Puducherry, the projection there, the seat share there shows that it is rejecting the UPA. It's rejecting the Congress. Let's move into Kerala. The projection, let's zoom in a little bit more on that number. You can see that, viewers, very, very clearly. The LDF at 77. Here again, the UDF, the Congress plus, the Congress IUML on a sticky wicket. It's not looking as if it's going to win. We need to get back a little bit more so I can see the LDF number a little more clearly. There it is, 77. LDF, that's the projection for Kerala. Seat share projection. UDF, again, left and right. Take these two states together, viewers, and think what Rahul Gandhi might be going through. If these voters' projections hold, if C voter gets it right, Rahul Gandhi is going to face fresh questions about his rightful place in the Congress scheme of things. And one can even expect after this outcome on May 2nd, viewers, if these numbers hold, the Congress splintering, especially in the states, and then perhaps even at the center. Not looking good at all in 2 states for the Congress party, for Rahul Gandhi. Kerala, of course, would have been Rahul Gandhi's Karam Bhumi, given the amount of time he's been spending there. He's done everything. He jumped into the water. He's held closed sessions in university campaigns, on campuses. He has gone out there and even renewed his tie-up with the IUML against criticism, against the insinuation that the Congress is becoming a Muslim party. He's even chosen his own people to lead the party back in Kerala to victory. It's not quite clicking according to C voter Times Now's projection. This is the second opinion poll we showed you, viewers, earlier. We had showed that the gap between the LDF and the UDF was bigger. So the UDF has, in fact, come closer but not done enough. Let's look at Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu here, reversal, the DMK plus, so the UPA doing better. Yes, coming straight back in. Again, it's not because of the Congress party. This is a complete Stalin show. The Congress only given 25 seats by the DMK, assessed for what the DMK believes its worth is, and you can see the result. The UPA 177, DMK leading, Congress marginalized, the NDA down to 49. Many people are saying that the NDA has done badly because the AIUDF's leadership has not been able to step into the shoes of Jayalalitha. And now, of course, viewers, we are going to project Assam for you. We are going to go region by region in Assam. We're also going to look at, viewers, very importantly, the qualitative questions that we have. Go alternatively, we'll show you a region. We'll look at a few qualitative questions. We'll go back to a region. I'll open it up to our guests. We're looking now at a broader trend that is emerging. It's the 4th state that we are calling here on Times Now. Let's go straight and look at Bodoland. The numbers coming from Bodoland, which is a region, of course, in Assam, very significant region. Here is a region where the Congress is betting very big on the Bodo Regional Party. And what are we seeing? The NDA, viewers, the NDA down 7 seats in Bodoland, the UPA up 8 seats in Bodoland. Let me bring in Yashwant Deshmukh. So one of the key regions, between this particular region, you have 18 seats up for grabs. The Bodoland area, could be one of those swing areas in this election, could it not, Yashwant?
Yes, it is the only region actually which I can say that is going down the wire, because BJP has dumped the older ally of the BPF over there, and they have gone ahead with the new alliance partner, with which they have just swept. They have won the Bodoland Autonomous Council elections over there just a couple of months back. So it is going down the wire, because after that BPF have joined the Congress front. So it is a completely new situation over there, new formation of alliances, and this is one region which I can say for sure is gonna witness keen contest on each and every seat, Rahul. Otherwise, if you will look at the rest of the regions in Assam, you will figure out that on the whole the Assam looks closer, but at the regional level it is one way or the other.
Okay, let's look at the next region, the Barak Valley. Barak Valley, very, very important, viewers. It is here that many people believe the AIUDF, another ally of the Congress, is going to come into its own. And here again you see the NDA, the swing away, 2 seats, others picking up, others also down. It's the UPA that is gaining most. Yashwant, explain this to our viewers. Why are we seeing 2 reversals here?
AIUDF, Rahul, was in the others in the previous election.
Right.
So they are taking the 4 seats with them, and then there are 2 more seats where, you know, the alliance of the Congress and AIUDF is numerically way superior to the than the BJP in certain areas, where the majority of the population is coming from the minority community.
So it's interesting, because the Congress here gaining also, maybe it's the knock-on effect, or is it retaining seats here? Yashwant.
Yes, exactly, and within the UPA, the AIUDF alliance is working well, particularly in the down south, particularly in the areas where they have an absolute domination of the minority vote bank over there. They are going to win those seats with huge margins, Rahul. Huge margins. Yeah.
Huge margins. So polarization happening there. Viewers, we asked a question. We asked a question on the AIUDF. We asked a question on this alliance. Remember, this really is an election about the politics of appeasement. Will Assam vote for the UPA that is today tying up with a sectarian outfit? Remember, this is an outfit, very controversial outfit. Tarun Gogoi had said over his dead body, he'd softened his position later. But in 2016, Yashwant, he had said nothing doing. I don't want anything to do with AIUDF. It's a communal party. 5 years later, the Congress does a complete somersault. It tacks on to the coattails of the AIUDF. Is a vote for AIUDF, vote for illegals, is the question, because that's what the BJP has been saying. And look at the resonance. Yes, 44.4% say it is a vote for illegal immigration coming in from Bangladesh and messing up the indigenous rights of the indigenous Ahomi population, and skewering really the balance between the Muslims and the Hindus. Partha Pratim Bora, I want to ask you a very straightforward question tonight. You are a political party that goes around India saying that you reject the communal Hindutva politics of the BJP. Yet, sir, as a party that says that there must be a complete distinction between church and state, you have gone against the legacy of Tarun Gogoi, Mr. Bora, and you have clutched on to the hands of a communal outfit, not in my words, but in Mr. Tarun Gogoi's words, to win an election. What are you doing? You're opening up yourself to the charge that you're a counterfeit secularist.
No.
You're playing with the national, sir, social fabric of this country. Are you not?
We are with Ajmal. We
Why?
are with Hagrama, and mainstream Assamese vote.
No, I'm talking about Ajmal.
So it is just BJP's.
Sir, 1 minute.
Yeah.
How can you be claiming to uphold indigenous rights of the Assamese people when you are with a party, sir, that backs illegal immigration?
Who says that the Congress is with Ajmal? Why don't they say that Hagrama is with Congress? It is the unified society of the
unifying society.
Congress.
Do you think, sir, Ahomi people will like to see their rights being usurped by illegals coming in from across the border, becoming voters? Okay, let me bring in Gaurav Bhatia.
No,
They are saying that, look at us.
10
We are
years.
the most acceptable outfit in Assam. We have the Bodo People Front on one side and we have the AIUDF on the other side. Mr. Bhatia, respond.
Rahul, I join you from Assam itself, and I can surely say that we are going to form the next government. And the reason is very simple. We have a very credible faith in Sarbananda Sonowalji. We have brought development to Assam, whether it is infrastructure, creating jobs, transparency in running the government, accountability. But since we are discussing the issue of Ajmal, I would like to say one thing. You rightly said Tarun Gogoi. When asked Badruddin Ajmal, who is he? He stated, I don't know Badruddin Ajmal. Who is he? And today, look at the Congress. It wants to walk, I can't say run, because they are limping right now, on the crutches of Badruddin Ajmal. And you rightly said, Badruddin Ajmal, when he goes for a meeting, there are slogans of Pakistan Zindabad. What does he advocate? He says illegal immigrants should be given the same right as the Indian citizens. And we must proudly today admit that the porous borders that the Congress party at the center and even in Assam under Tarun Gogoi left us with have been turned into forts, and they are not porous anymore. So Assam for the Assamese, for the Indians, and not for the illegal immigrants.
AIUDF chief has urged intellectuals to ensure the final NRC is accepted as document for resolving foreigners issue. 1 minute. Islam Saab, meri baat suniye. This is what he said. It has been the AIUDF's policy that names of not a single foreigner should enter the NRC, but all genuine Indian citizens, irrespective of community, religion or linguistic affiliation, should be in it. He said, intellectuals must come forward and ensure that the final NRC is accepted as a document to resolve the foreigners issue in Assam. NRC was updated following the demand of people in all political parties of Assam, a nearly 5-year-long intensive exercise to prepare it under the supervision of the Supreme Court should not be rejected outright, as is being done by most stakeholders. There are certain forces that have outrightly rejected the NRC. In such circumstances, prominent citizens, particularly intellectuals, must come forward to ensure that Assam, which has remained backward for the past 40 years, do not face new problems. The NRC is going to be a strong document which will help in resolving the foreigners issue, and everybody should accept it. That is what the AIUDF has said. Now I want to bring in very quickly Dr. Anand Ranganathan. Dr. Ranganathan, we are counting 33 of 126 C-voter projections as of now. I'm going to bring in a couple more before I ask you my question. Let's have a look at the next two regions very quickly in Assam. Let's pull it out. Nizam bhai, let's put them out. Let's put it out. Yes. There you see the Hills region, viewers, has a total of 4 seats that were held by the NDA. It is gaining 1 as per this projection. The UPA is at 1, is losing 1. So as Yashwant Deshmukh was saying, there are 2 Assams. Here is one indication of that. Let's look at the next quick region. This is the Lower Assam region. The Lower Assam region, very, very important, viewers. Here is where the UPA had done pretty well, had 10 seats, and the NDA had 17. Now we are seeing a difference. What you're seeing is a swing away of 7 seats for the NDA, a gain of 11 for the UPA, and the numbers on top, 70 out of 126. We're almost at the halfway mark. The UPA ahead of the NDA. Let's look at another quick region. This is the Middle Assam region. Here, of course, there are a total of 14 seats. And here again, you are seeing a swing away from the NDA and a gain of 6 for the UPA. The number changing on top, the NDA 34, the UPA now at 49, 84 out of 126 projections on your screen. North Assam, 6 seats, and the Tea Garden, we will come to in just a few moments. So right now, viewers, the bulk of the seats in the Tea Garden area, 36. Where will they go? Will they go to the NDA? Will they stay with the UPA? I'll tell you. Are you going to come out and take a position? Will the Congress take a position against Mr. Ajmal for saying that 350 mosques will be destroyed.
Badruddin Ajmal,
Where is your, no, I'm asking you. Mr. Bora, take a position.
What is the three issues BJP
Take a position. You are the ones who are giving space to a leader who made communal remarks. He appeased the sentiments on NRC. He appeased sentiments on NRC, but he went ahead and made communal remarks by suggesting that when the BJP comes in, we'll break down 350 mosques. Sir, that is a statement that is arousing fear. You need to answer this. Do you endorse that statement? Mr. Bora, do you endorse it? Yes, no?
No, I have. No, that is a. I don't know about that statement where he.
What do
has
you mean you
made,
don't know about that statement?
And that statement?
You don't know what allies say?
Telling about is made in Dhuburi, but I am saying I am not aware of that statement. But I am saying this election BJP wants to fight in Ajmal's name, not in Department's name, not in the name of Parivartan. What Parivartan they have made in last 5 years? No, what Parivartan
3,500 mosques.
The people of Assam. What Jati Mati Bheti they did?
Sir,
what they have
how many mosques has the BJP demolished in the last 5 years?
Spokesperson
1, 2, 10, 1,000, 2,000. How many has it demolished?
Mr. Bora, respond.
You have a number.
No, I am not. That is the UDF to respond. I am not there to respond on behalf of the UDF. But I am.
So the Congress will give space
this is
and outsource responsibility.
That is the BJP's propaganda.
Yashwant Deshmukh, how do you read this? How do you read this?
What is to be read in this one? You know, Rahul, we are talking about Assam. We are talking about Assam. But, you know, as a poster, I have done 5 states and I look at our daily tracker numbers coming from all over India. The opposition has been always blaming BJP being the communal party, doing the pro-Hindu politics and everything. Okay, I get that. This is election, look at that. It's not just Assam. They are getting AIUDF in Assam, Secular Front of India, Pizza's party in getting in West Bengal, and they are dealing with all the extremist elements as far as the Muslim politics is concerned in Kerala. For all practical reasons, these elections are branding Congress as a Muslim party. And for that, they have to blame themselves. For that, they have to blame themselves. Because if you are doing an alliance with AIUDF, if you are doing an alliance with SFI, if you are doing an alliance with all the extremist parts, Islamic extremist parties in Kerala, then it is your alliance. You cannot blame BJP for the alliances which you are making.
The idea is to polarize. The idea is to polarize, sir. The idea is to polarize and then cry communalism and accuse the other side of communalism. Mr. Bhatia, quick response to this. Quick response to this. I want to bring in Mr. Rajagopalan right after. Yes, quick response. Mr. Bhatia. Mr. Bora says, ask the AIUDF, don't ask us.
I can very safely tell one of the panelists who was talking about the Chief Minister's face that it has been a norm and the Bharatiya Janata Party that if we are the incumbent, we don't discuss the Chief Minister's face. But is the Congress going to be for being the Chief Minister's face? And let me tell you, Rahul Gandhi made a statement. Actually, given rise to a lot of resentment. He has Badruddin Ajmal represents the Assamese.
Okay, we are having a few problems, Mr. Bhatia, with your audio. Big interference. We're going to try and correct that. I'm going to take a short break. When I come back, viewers, the final projections for Assam. Look at the numbers right after. We come straight back for the final projections, more qualitative questions, and then this debate heats up. Stay with me. Viewers, before the break, Dr. Anand Ranganathan put the AIUDF on the back foot. It's his marriage anniversary today, so congratulations. We didn't want to trap you in this endless chakraview of mundanities, but nonetheless, Dr. Ranganathan, very, very important. What are we actually witnessing in Assam? As I call out the last region, I want your final take before I let you go. We'll shower mercy upon you tonight. Tea garden numbers coming in, viewers. Maximum number of seats in this region, 36. Which way is it going? Well, the NDA, it appears, is sweeping this, picking up 31, increasing its tally by 2. And that means that the tea garden takes it across the halfway mark as the party that is going to be returning, or the alliance that is going to be returning to power in Assam. 69 out of 126 seats, the UP at 56. Dr. Ranganathan, is this a vote against appeasement politics of the type that you're calling out tonight on the show?
Yeah, first of all, thanks very much for that very touching condolence message, Rahul. The wake is in half an hour. I hope I'll enjoy the food.
I sincerely don't know what you are doing on the show. And I'm not to be blamed for putting the opinion poll today, because ECI decided this date. So I'm out of it. Don't blame me. Don't use my name. Please don't use my name.
No, but Rahul, to get back to this, I think this is the region where the BJP stands to gain most, because it is poverty stricken. There is no two bones about it if you look at all the data. And this is where the central support and the central schemes have really hit home. Let me just give you a few examples. 18.4 million Jan Dhan accounts have been opened. 3.5 million Ujjwala beneficiaries are there. Gas connectivity in this has increased from 48% to 98% in the last 5 years. 4 million toilets have been constructed in the last 5 years, resulting in annual benefits of 53,000 per household. 1.5 million households are to get tap water this year. There are 2.6 million Ayushman Bharat insurance scheme beneficiaries. 10% increase on average year-on-year GDP. So I think if BJP is going to beat the anti-incumbency plus the other factors, which is the anti-CAA feeling, plus the BDP joining the Congress, it is going to be beating them on the back of its development agenda. And this is where the opposition is not egging BJP to talk about development.
They are playing it in the Ajmal's agenda. Still BJP is playing in Ajmal's agenda. Point to be noted. After so many schemes, BJP is still
Listen,
saying
Mr.
Ajmal,
Bora,
Ajmal,
your
Ajmal.
response is to tie up with a party that you yourself have deemed communal. The BJP plays development politics. You tie up with a communal outfit in your own words.
We have faces like Ajit Bhuiya. We have the faces like
सर देखिए एक सेकंड मैंने शायद गड़बड़ी में बोला था वो ममता बनर्जी ने बोला था सिविल वॉर हो जाएगा एनआरसी के स्टेटमेंट पर कांग्रेस ने क्या बोला है सुनिए कांग्रेस पार्टी क्या बोलती है कांग्रेस पार्टी के रिपुन बोरा ममता बनर्जी who said there would be civil war if there is NRC पर इनकी सोच सबकी एक है whether it's Ajmal whether it's Mamta or Congress. Look at what Congress says after the mosque statement. They have not clarified yet. Ripun Bora says that these kinds of provocative remarks should not be made and Ajmal should refrain from issuing statements. This has been published in the Hindu. This statement about 3,500 mosques being destroyed by the BJP.
Okay. Let me bring it.
How many mosques have been destroyed?
Okay.
Rahul, can I come in?
Mr. Bhatia wants to come in. Mr. Bhatia, yes. The Congress says you are reacting to AIUDF. They are setting the agenda. You are reacting. You're not talking about development. How do you respond to them?
So, Rahul, we have seen how the Congress leaders came here and they were seen plucking tea leaves of season. So, my friend Shehzad and Anand are here, so enjoy a couplet. जो विकास के पौधे हमने बहुत मेहनत से 5 साल में लगाए हैं, जो विकास के पौधे हमने बहुत मेहनत से 5 साल में लगाए हैं, उसकी पत्तियां तोड़ने बेमौसम चुनावी पक्षी यहाँ आए हैं. But I will give you some facts now. There is a Supreme Court judgment. The tea workers were waiting for 20 years, 20,000 of them to get their arrears. And in 2018, the Assam government ensured they get their arrears after retirement. Second, 1,000 crore in the budget, especially for the tea workers. Third, we increased the wage in 2018 by 50 rupees
daily wages,
and now it
350
is
rupees
again
that you
30
have promised.
rupees. Please don't speak in between. Please don't speak in between. Very rude. Please. This is not the
No, you also tell that. You also tell
No,
viewers
please don't.
that.
You can speak in your turn, bhaiya.
No,
ऐसा
please,
क्यों कर
at
रहे हैं?
least don't teach me the Assamese
Mr. Bora,
culture.
you can respond.
At least don't teach me the
He never
Assamese
interrupted
culture.
you. Don't interrupt him, please. Let's have some decorum. Kirip Chiraiya is waiting. Raja Gopalan Saab is waiting. Everyone is waiting. Ashutosh is waiting. Please. Yes, Mr. Bhatia.
There are two more big schemes introduced by the central and the state government, and one is, the tea workers, when they face the challenge of getting themselves treated, medical mobile units were introduced, and there is a scheme, Assam Ka Bagicha Dhan Puraskar Yojana. 7.2 lakh accounts opened, 2,500 rupees per account has been deposited, and also 2,500 again and 3,000. So in total 8,000. And this shows that the tea workers really feel that after 15 years of no care having been taken, this is the government that is working for their welfare, and that is why they are saying, इस वक्त आके चाय की पत्तियां मत तोड़िए जब आप पहले 15 साल और 5 साल दिखाई नहीं दिए. Thank you.
Gandhi, who was caught famously helping tea workers pick tea leaves. So that's the incident. Kirip Chilaya, let me bring you in. Kirip Chilaya, Mr. Raja Gopalan, let me bring both of you in. Kirip Chilaya, do you today endorse the tie-up? You were a congressman, a proud congressman. Do you support this tie-up with the AIUDF, sir? Simple question to you.
If you allow me, first I'd like to make a comment on the opinion poll as a whole. The opinion poll for the first time looks very accurate. But there are one or two loopholes we'd like to point out which according to me is not right. For example, one very obvious assertion that has been made in the opinion poll is that the Muslims' support to the minority support to the Congress or to the NDA has been very minimal in the sense that 39 odd persons have been supporting the UPA, 40% do not know where they will go. But my experiences and my future my analysis will tell you, I think 90% of the Muslim votes, minority votes, will go to UPA. On that, let there not be any doubt. But having said that, now let me tell you that in spite of that, I still think that till now the BJP still has an edge. But the fact that the opposition, a ragtag opposition, with a very unwanted alliance between Congress and AIUDF, as you say now, it's an unwanted. Again, I say it's an unwanted alliance. Congress and AIUDF. Still, that they have managed to get 56 as per your opinion poll right now, which is a significant number of days. A lot of campaign to take place. Voting is yet to start, even the first phase till 3 days later. Sir. Now we have to go up to 27th of March. And the campaign is, by the way, very shrill and very aggressive campaign, an intense campaign by the topmost leaders like Modi ji, Home Minister, and especially Rajnath Singh ji, who is making a lot of impact, let me tell you.
But why is Congress taking over all unwanted undesirables, IUML, ISF, AIUDF? ये unwanted को क्यों ले रही है कांग्रेस? इतना मोहब्बत क्यों है unwanted से?
No, but Mr. Kirip Chilaya, what you are saying is very significant. This is an unwanted alliance. Mr. Bora, respond to Mr. Chilaya, party member of yours till recently. Respond. Ex-MP of a Congress party.
It is an alliance of compulsion.
Compulsion, he says. Mr. Bora, it's an alliance of compulsion.
This is the need of the hour. We have to bring all sections of this Assamese society all together.
Desperation making you, sir, today. Making you militate against, sir, the constitutional fabric of this country. Shame on you, sir, if you are admitting to this tonight. Shame on you. How far will you go? How far will you go? Sir, this is the same party whose chief at one time was rumored to have shed tears at Batla House encounter. And now you're saying that compulsion is okay. You can plot with a communalist.
Nobody knows about Rohingyas in Assam. We are talking about an opinion poll and the fallout of the opinion poll. I thank you. This is a very
constitutional principle or vote bank compulsion.
Look at this. Look at this. Mr. Rajagopalan, constitutionality out of the window, as Shadab Poonawala says, and communalism. Communalism into the mix.
Before Rajaji comes in.
Yes, doctor, yes. Doctor, yeah.
Congress spokesman said, my impression,
Yes.
Rahul.
No. Rahul, I just wanted to say if you can give me permission to leave the show, because otherwise I might not be alive.
Best of luck. Have a great time. And don't blame me. Don't blame Yashwantji. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you soon. Yes, Mr. Rajagopalan. Mr. Rajagopalan, go ahead.
Now, Congress is divided. As Yashwant Deshmukh said, there are two Assams. Now, even in the panel, there are two congressmen. That is Smita Dev and Gaurav Bhatia. They did not want to campaign because Congress is divided in Assam. Total Gaurav Bhatia, Tarun Gogoi's son, in Central Hall, he told me that they cannot go with AIUDF. Yes. So much of contradiction in Congress. In one place, they were genuine. Another place, they go with AIUDF. There is secularism for Congress.
Ashutosh ji, respond. You have made a joke, sir, out of the word secularism. You have lost all right to now call yourself a secularist party. You are part of an alliance with the ISF in Bengal. Sir, in Kerala, you are part of an alliance with the IUML and you retain it. Despite Rahul Gandhi talking about a reaction to sectarian politics. And in Assam, you go against your late and most beloved satrap in the northeast, Mr. Gogoi's wishes, and you tie up with the AIUDF. What are you doing?
Rahul, for more than a quarter of a century, BJP has been following the policy of slowly and gradually poisoning the electoral atmosphere by trying to exclude the minorities from the mainstream of Indian democracy.
Talk about Congress.
At this stage, that nationalist forces with a broader outlook of democratic ethos have to come forward and take a step to let the minorities feel that they are part of the Indian Awam and not some alien.
Viewers, this is the same party. This is the same party that didn't give any concessions to Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Viewers, never gave a concession to Muhammad Ali Jinnah. That party today is giving concessions to sectarian outfits, and they are calling it true secularism. Can you believe it? We should now go to the qualitative questions on the personalities. Let's first ask, is the compulsion really performance of the BJP that is driving the Congress to take this desperate step? Let's have a look at the approval ratings. Let's have a look. First of all, with BJP, CA silence hurt it, help it 44%, hurt it only 25.2%. So people have reconciled to this. Let's have a look at the next question. Before we look at the approval ratings, viewers, let's have a look. The next question on your screen, CA threat to indigenous culture? Yes, 50.9% believe so. No, 31.2% don't believe so. Can't say, 17.9%. Huge floating population that has no opinion on this. It could very well be a even Stevens there. Now let's have a look, viewers, at, and it's a little far off, but here I can see Gaurav Gogoi, Sarbanand Sonowal. Two people who are way ahead of the pack, but look at Sarbanand Sonowal, 46.2% believe that he should be the Chief Minister of Assam. Sympathy for Tarun Gogoi, but viewers, the vote of conviction for Sarbanand Sonowal. Would you agree with me, Yashwantji, or am I wrong?
Absolutely, and that comes from the party support. And if you wish to add Himanta Biswa Sarma's number to add, that number goes down to 60. So basically, as I said in the very first program 2 months back, that Congress is going to face a lot of problem just because they are going to miss Mr. Tarun Gogoi badly. They are unable to fill the vacuum over there. he was the towering personality. If this election he would have been alive, first of all, AIUDF alliance wouldn't have materialized, and he would have been leading the pack and working on the anti-incumbency, talking about development and everything in between, rather than getting a tie-up done with AIUDF.
Absolutely.
So it's the vacuum of leadership which is hitting the Congress as well.
Yes.
Just one line. Distributing land pattas among the small tea growers, and Mr. Sonowal coming from that community itself, and the chai wala, who's been famous from 2014. I think those have struck a stronger chord than somebody plucking tea leaves and putting it just before elections as a photo.
Well, let's look at the well again and look at the other questions that we have been able to pose to our viewers on their choices. So, very much satisfied with the NDA, very much satisfied to some extent. So that's 62.63% of the voters believe that the NDA is doing a good job, is working for them. That's what's driving, viewers, the Congress into this compulsion that it feels today. It can tag on to the coattails of a party that it described as a communalist party. And that too, a party that emphasizes a very exclusivist view, a very isolationist view of the world. Let's have a look at satisfied with the state Sarkar. This is a direct rating, approval rating for the state government. 39.02% say very much satisfied. 33%, I mean, it's an overwhelming number. So development working for the NDA, and that's why. The only reason why this is a close election as of now, viewers, is because of this compulsion which has led the Congress to open itself up to a political party that, at least on the face of it, viewers, believes in telling Muslims that their interests will be best served by a Muslim party or a party that represents them exclusively. Now that serious consequences at the national level. You have the ISF, you have in Kerala the IUML, you have in Tamil Nadu also political parties, viewers, which have tacked on to mainstream outfits promoting a very exclusivist view of the world. Very dangerous for unity in this country, viewers. I'll take a very short break. We're coming up with Bengal in just a few moments.